Favourite. Been spec'd the last couple of calls coming through. At the moment, at its quote of $3.80 is unders the tote compared to what they're betting on track. Crown Princess, there's been specking there along the way. 650's right on the mark. And Lacrimosa at about $14 odd is near enough to what they're showing on track here. So Carlton Spirit, a sizable drifter here for race 1. Here come the placings for that race in New Zealand. 7, 10 and 2. High Vibes the winner. Taharo Girl and Call Clubs. 7, 10 and 2. Repeating that late scratching in the first in Sydney, number 9, Endowment. About a minute away here, Alf. First race, Craiglee Stakes Day, down the straight, mate, inside.
Light flashes, they're away. Carlton Spirit, Miss Terrain jumping okay near the outside, and they're all going to head towards the flat. Crown Princess had jumped quickly. Danish Princess isn't far away in the early stages, now drifting back, and Sansadi goes forward, followed by Hinting as they settle down to the 800 now. And Carlton Spirit from the outside barrier came across and went to the lead ahead of Regrowth on the outside second, and Miss Terrain has gone up wider on the course to make a line of 3. Crown Princess is just behind them with Sansadi. Bango's Lang is wider out on the course, and they were followed closely in the field by Danish Princess. Hinting about midfield or a touch worse on the rail, and back behind them Lacrimosa. Slice of Paradise back second last and held up towards the 400, and Infinity is last of all as they came along down in the business end of the race now. Carlton Spirit leading the stablemate Regrowth. Miss Terrain under pressure. Crown Princess trying to get away from the inside, then Bango's Lang and Sansadi. Slice of Paradise for the run. Carlton Spirit, Regrowth at the 100-metre mark now. Hinting is getting out. Slice of Paradise charges. Hinting grabs the lead. Slice of Paradise after it. I think Hinting a nose to Slice of Paradise. Crown Princess photo finishing for third with Regrowth and Carlton Spirit. Great finish to the first. Sansadi in behind them, followed by Lacrimosa, Bango's Lang, and then came Infinity, and Miss Terrain dropped out to finish last of all. Stand by for placings in the first, a photo finish between Hinting, who's come from midfield on the rails, grabbing the lead. Slice of Paradise charged, but 5 gets it. 5 Hinting first. Brett Preble and Bill Mitchell take out race 1. Second 4, Slice of Paradise, Damien Oliver and Lee Friedman. Just might have been a touch unlucky, just held up for a run just before the 400. And Crown Princess filling third, 5, 4 and 7 in the first on the program. They've run 1 minute 4.4. 1 minute 4.4, 2.1 outside of Mr. Cube's course record. Very good gallop from the fillies. 5, 4, 7 in the first on the card. Fourth in went to number 2, Regrowth, and fifth, number 1, Carlton Spirit. Divvies are $9.40 and $2.70 Hinting, $1.70 Slice of Paradise, $2 Crown Princess, $17.90 Quinello, $38.50 Exacta, and the trifecta paid $194.50. Well, she had cover and great acceleration over the final couple of 100 metres, and then held out the fast finish of Slice of Paradise. Excellent performance from the winner, and some very nice runs in.
The Ming Dynasty has been won in the past few years by Half Hennessy, Lonhro, Higher back 4 years, Adam back 6 years. You go through the place getters, the likes of Bozam, among a host of very, very good middle distance 3-year-olds. Riverina Charm was another Sub-Zero, was placed in this. Went on to win the Melbourne Cup. El Morada, who went on to Group 1 glory, as did Pins, Shogun Lodge and Viking Ruler. It's been a very, very good race over the years from a future perspective. It remains All Going to Do It is the well-tried on-course favourite. Value the tote. At longer odds, they've tried Fangio, and you may see a tightening up of that tote price. So that's the on-course news as we head right up to the top of the grandstand to Ian Craig.
Right, thank you, Brendan. And the runners are about to move in for the last year. Anyway, they're all set. Ready to run. First of the day, and they're off, and that was a lovely start. Play Around is going to go to the early lead, about 3/4 of a length to a length on All Gonna Do It. Fangio nice and handy. Hammer Beam is wider out, and then Superior Satine, Olympus, Terracotta Bay, and 2.5 lengths November Dreaming. They work their way down onto the course proper, and All Gonna Do It is in front now, but Hammer Beam on the outside is racing the heavily backed favourite. 2 Play Around the third, and wider out is Superior Satine, a length Terracotta Bay, Olympus. Fangio has drifted back back. It is caught on a limb, and 2.5 November Dreaming. They work their way down the side past the 800, and All Gonna Do It draws 3/4 of a length on Hammerbeam. 2.5 to play around. A neck the outside Superior Seteen, and 2 lengths further off in the run wide Fangio. Olympus is in the middle, and on the fence is Terracotta Bay, and nearly 3 lengths November Dreaming. All Gonna Do It will be first around the Randwick home corner. Leads 3/4 on Hammerbeam. Third play around. Fourth Superior Seteen. Terracotta Bay snookered, followed by Olympus. Fangio wide. November Dreaming's last as they top the rise and down to the 250. Beedman full bore on All Gonna Do It. Hammerbeam second. Play around joining in. Sticking on Superior Seteen, and Terracotta Bay is finally getting clear, but in the meantime play around. Rest of the lead from All Gonna Do It, and play around forging away. Terracotta Bay late, but play around will win the money. Play around beat Terracotta Bay, who might have been a little stiff. Then All Gonna Do It. Photo fourth. November Dreaming making up many lengths. Hammerbeam in that. Good go for the minor. And then came Superior Seteen. Oh boy, they took him on the bookies and he raced accordingly. Given every hope though. And the last 2, Fangio and Olympus. Play around's got the prize in the first of the day. I do think that Terracotta Bay might have been a bit stiff there. By the time little Lenny Beasley got him into the open, they'd flown up in front. Anyway, play around. Let's take nothing away from him. He's got the prize, written by Huey Bowman for John O'Shea, and owners Peter Horvitz and DJ Thompson, by Kenny Ladd from the Rory's Jester Mare Dancing Jester. Number 5, play around, will be the winner. There are no numbers up at this stage. Terracotta Bay second. Number 4 by Langfur from Helens Bay, Gay Waterhouse, Len Beasley, and All Gonna Do It has run third. Number 2 by Hale from Saving Grace, Kevin Moses, Darren Beedman. Well, I know he's a bit wide for a while, Superior Seteen, but the bookies took him on, and by gee, they weren't wrong. He was at him a long way from home, Brown, and he finished a long way down the track, Superior Seteen. A real ring wobbler, and ran accordingly.
And he can park up pretty handy.
Yeah, he certainly can. Furman, bitterly disappointing first up. The blinkers go on today. Can it help him?
Possibly. I think Kenny's looking for a bit of an improvement from this horse. I haven't ridden the horse before, so I might be able to give him a bit more.
Locked away there for Mark Zara. They're set to run their racing, and Go Bent won the jump on the inside. Spading was away brilliantly, the Sydney galloper, and he's dicing for the lead in the early stages, and they settle down in front of Spedanza on the inside. Karaka Angus, Whistling Gypsies going forward, and also You Little Beaut as they settle down, and next is Tattersalls about midfield. But at the 1700 metres as they settle down fully, and Spading had the lead to Karaka Angus. Whistler's Gypsy up third the outside, and Go Bent fourth on the rail. Next in the field then came Spedanza, and You Little Beaut is around him about 1.5 lengths to Tattersalls. Then came the Big Ask on the rail about midfield, being followed by Bulkhead wide and pulling, and then 2 lengths to its Ryzek Chiming Door. Glefty, Bulbard and Yakama last of all, about 15 first to last. And out in front it's Spading with the mouth open, wanting more rain. He's out by 2 at the 1200 metres. Karaka Angus is following him, and Go Bent a length away third. Whistler's Gypsy the outside 4, and they're followed by Spedanza on the inside, and neck to You Little Beaut, 1.5 to Bulkhead. Next Tattersalls about 8 from the leader on the outside, 1,000 metres left to go. The Big Ask on the rail, a couple of lengths to its Ryzek Chiming Door, and then 2 lengths further back in the field, Bulbard, Glefty and Yakama is last of all. Up to the 800 metres, and Spading had the lead narrowly from Karaka Angus, You Little Beaut third. Just behind them Whistler's Gypsy, Go Bent the rail, and Bulkhead out wide, and then 2 or 3 to Tattersalls, Spedanza, Chiming Door. The Big Ask still a fair way back coming around the home turn, followed by its Ryzek and Bulbard. Yakama is second last, and last of all under the whip is Glefty. Spading first into the straight and kicked away early in the piece by 2 lengths. Karaka Angus under the whip. You Little Beaut called on, and so too Bulkhead on the outside. Further out on the track, Tattersalls. The Big Ask is given full bore, but at the 250, Spading still had a good lead. He's about 3 to Bulkhead. The Big Ask on the outside. You Little Beaut, Spedanza along the inside. Yakama's making ground. Spading clear at the 100 metres. The Big Ask and and Spedanza are rallying fairly well, but Spading in front, and it's Spading for the money. Beat the Big Ass by a length. Spedanza is third. Yakama from near back to run fourth, and then You Little Butte. Whistler's Gypsy battled okay. Bold Bard made a little ground. Chiming Door whacked away on the outside, and then Bulkhead, and they were followed then by Karaka Angus, who weakened. Tully's Eel just battled away in the straight, dropped out over the last little bit. In fact, Go Bint is well back. It's Ryzek is second last, and Qlty is last of all. All the way, he wanted to over-race a touch early in the piece, but he has been too good. 13, Spading, written by Craig Newitt, trained by Bernie Howlett. Too good. Second placing, number 1, The Big Ask, written by Greg Childs, and third goes to 9, Spedanza, written by Bill Nolden. 13, 1 and 9. And the time, 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Round 4:92.10 the winner. $1.90 second, and 10.40 for third on 13, 1 and 9, race number 2. That's a very good effort. Spading, he's a 6-year-old by St Covert, and he's strung 5 in a row now, starting with a Canberra maiden back on the 20th of June. And he did what not many horses do. He went up in class, distance and weight, all very small increments, but to pull those 3 factors together and win, it's a sign of a horse with plenty of ability. 13.19, race number 2. Third race, the Drumstick Royale, played over the 1400, is due at 1:20.
And Greg, that fourth number just coming through now, Yakama, number 7 for the first fours. 13, 1, 9 and 7. If you're worrying about fifth, it went to number 4, You Little Butte. Before we go back to Brendan, Elf, just a quick word on the track. The first couple of races, they've been fairly prominent on their rail.
Yeah, I think you'll find that was the best horse in the race. It dictated. I thought it was a very good ride, and I wouldn't be saying there's anything in it at the moment, Andrew. The Big Ass still managed to run on under his big weight.
Spading and Craig Newitt, and that's a very well-known style, getting a winner there for race 2.
For Terracotta Bay, and 2 all going to do it in third position. Hammerbeam fourth. Good run of the race by November Dreaming. The last 50 metres, didn't it rocket to the post? Okay, so we've got My Tally coming up now. Our Kaz, the New Zealander, one of a few New Zealanders that apparently are not happy in rain-affected ground. Amex comes forward now. Here's Our Kaz in the pale green and the black horseshoe. 2 to move in, and they are Bruton and Road to Dance. Bullaborg Easy, number 1, is out. Kicked at the gates. 2:20 number 2, 3:50 number 5, but in the ring, My Tally number 5, a half point shorter than Amex. Interesting race coming up, and they're all set, ready to run. For those that have just joined us, play around winning the first. All there now, race 2, and away they go. Nice line, Navy Blue out well, Chinoy hard ridden, My Tally looking for the lead, and then Amex followed by Our Kaz, Bruton second last, and Road to Dance is last. Corey Brown straight to the lead on the Novocastrian, and that is My Tally, and as they work into the back of the course now, My Tally opens up by 2 lengths on Chinoy. Third is Amex on the inside, and wider out is Bruton past the 1400, followed by Our Kaz. Second last is Navy Blue, and a bit more than a length Road to Dance. My Tally untroubled to lead, and as they head down to the 1200 marker, My Tally best back runner and bookies favourite, a length and a half clear on Chinoy. Amex on the inside, pulling a shade, followed closely by Bruton, and then Our Kaz second last on the inside, Navy Blue, and Road to Dance is last, only about 7 lengths away from My Tally, who sweeps onto the High Street side and comes down past the 900 with a lead of just over a length on Chinoy. Bruton wide, Amex over on the fence, then comes Our Kaz. Second last is Navy Blue, and still Road to Dance the tail ender. No change in the order at the 700, and My Tally. Well, Brown has been able to rate the Newcastle trained galloper very well. Chinoy second, Bruton third, Amex fourth, then Our Kaz, followed second last Navy Blue, and a length further back is Road to Dance. They near the corner at the 500, and My Tally quickens up in the lead and got away here, and straightening up now, it's My Tally a couple of lengths clear. Amex trying to get off the rails, Chinoy holding him in, followed by Bruton weakening, Navy Blue getting up on the rails, but Brown goes for home on My Tally, and as they come to the 200, My Tally sprinting quickly, 3 Navy Blue, Amex not running on with it, Road to Dance at Our Kaz next, but My Tally, he looked the winner a long way from home, he's going to bolt in. Second Navy Blue, Road to Dance late, but down to the line, an easy one for My Tally from Navy Blue, Road to Dance or Our Kaz for third, then Amex, who looked to have his hope, and then Chinoy, who was last and Second last was Bruton. My Tally, number 5, too good at 340 and 130. Number 5, My Tally by Johan Quats from Fabuleux, trained by Chris Lee. Congratulations, Chris. Had a wonderful week up at Wyong. He had 3 winners during the carnival, and now with My Tally here this afternoon, and once Corey got him to the front, he was able to rate him to suit himself, and he went for the doctor on My Tally as they came up the rise and left the others in his wake. Amex looked to have his chance. Waiting on the numbers to be sent forward. It'll be a close go for third here, but 5 will be the winner, My Tally, who's by Johan Quats, as I say. Second going to Navy Blue. He's got his foot right on the till. It was interesting that John Morris used a 3 kilos claiming boy here today, and he rode him well. Young Gavin McEwen by Bluebird, Navy Blue out of Velita. And the third number goes to number 6, and that is Road to Dance. And it's by Celestial Dancer from Merrying Road, Bede Murray Glen Boss, 4 and 4th, and that was our Kaz.
And 40 cents, 5, 3, 6 and 4. Amex, well, staying may not be the caper after that performance today. A horse that they were trying.
King of the Moor was a scratching in this race, and Lady of the House in an open race is the tote favourite. Let's go trackside, and then we'll come back with Elf's Late Mail for race 3.
Looking at the odds there, 13.50 and 4.35 represents great value when you've got a 5.50 favourite. Explains it all, does it not? Reg at 7.60. That was huge by Reg. Also, too, wasn't that far off Miss Potential in the Mudgeway last week. Courtesy of Radio Pacific, the Meriometric Mile from Tony Lee.
So we're all in the gates. Our main event ready to go, 1,600 metres at Group 3. Gary Phillips looking across the line. Happy hits the button. Off and racing in the Meriometric Mile. Decent Girl straight out the back door early. Dunmore Boy and Tuscany Warrior go back with Joseph. Danza Pride came out hard. Galahad's going with it in the early part. And War Dancer nice and handy. Sweet Dancer whipping up underneath of that. And then we have Andy covering up Reg Van Winkle behind these. Around Lady of the House and then Danza Man. Back on the inside, Decent Girl joining those. Starbow. Follow Tuscany Warrior and Joseph, and 2 lengths to Dunmore Boy is last of all. They gallop down the back, approaching the 1,000 metres, and Danza Pride, the leader from Galahad, 1.5 War Dancer. Sweet, the next is Sweet Dancer over on the inside as they travel down the back of the track. They run towards the end of the back straight. They're followed through then by Andy, who covers Reg. Van Winkle's the next, travelling around them from the wide draw, then Danza Man. Over on the inside, Lady of the House to Starbow, 1.5 to Joseph, trying to take off and around Tuscany Warrior and Decent Girl, and Dunmore Boy was the last. 600 metres to go in the Meriometric Mile, and Danza Pride in front of Galahad and War Dancer. Sweet Dancer's getting the lovely run. Van Winkle and Starbow, the Wanganui gallopers, are taking off and around them as they come to the home corner. Reg looking to clear traffic, and Lady of the House getting right up on the inside. Danza Pride from Starbow letting down with a great run on the outside. Starbow's gone to Danza Pride, who's fighting again. Van Winkle, Joseph from a long way back, and Dunmore Boy getting home strongly. Here comes Joseph. Joseph charged to the lead in the centre. Dunmore Boy out wide, starting to flash at it, and a lightweight right on the line. Dunmore Boy. Dunmore Boy from Joseph and Starbow. What a race. The next has been Andy. They were followed by Danza Pride, Tuscany Warrior, Sweet Dancer, Reg, Lady of the House, Van Winkle, Decent Girl, War Dancer, Danza Man, and Galahad. Right to the bottom of the book, I think, number 18, Dunmore Boy. Just getting it from Joseph, who looked the winner halfway down, but carrying the 51 kilos under the urgings of Leanne Isherwood. Dunmore Boy gets in a last stride victory.
Yes, for trainer Eddie Carson, just getting there. Dunmore Boy, number 18, full check of
a bit today, and I'd be disappointed if he doesn't weigh in this horse, and in fact I'm reasonably confident he could nearly get the money.
Walk on in. What about Mr. Casanova? It was pretty good at Caulfield.
Yeah, didn't handle a wet track at Caulfield. He was on the cards of being scratched today if the track had stayed slow, and if they're racing and the track stands up.
On the outside, so they're all in, they're set to run. Racing Special Harmony just a touch slow down on the inside, and Mr. Ubiquitous dragged back to the tail soon after the jump. Dance Up first out. Beautiful Gem right up on the pace today is up in second placing. They're being followed by King Hogan driving around the outside, getting up to second now, and then Dubai Pearl. Special Harmony getting through on the inside, and Doppio's next. About a length and a half further back in the field then came Fast Light at the 1,000 metres, pushing through along the inside rail to be about midfield. Then came Our Purring, and they're trailed by P8 in the back to third last, and about 3 lengths away in the field is Our Spur, and Mr. Ubiquitous last on the outside. At the 750, Dance Up led. King Hogan 3/4 away second. Special Harmony with a good trail third the inside, and Beautiful Gems well placed too. It's fourth on the outside, 1-1 as they go past the 600 metres. Back behind her then is Doppio pulled to the outside. Our Purring coming about 5 wide. Next Beautiful Gem followed by Fast Light. Mr. Ubiquitous, P8 pulling to the outside, and Our Spur last in a bunch field at the 400. Dance Up had it to Special Harmony. Beautiful Gem is given full bore, and they're followed by King Hogan, and further back in the field then Doppio. It's Dance Up at the 200 leading Beautiful Gem and Special Harmony. The stablemates are trying to get there. Dance Up narrowly. Special Harmony's driving through on the inside. Beautiful Gem the outside. Still Dance Up had it though, and responds and pulls clear. Dance Up first. Special Harmony 3/4 away second. Ahead Beautiful Gem. Back behind those to finish them was Our Purring. P8 making ground. King Hogan battled well, and then Mr. Ubiquitous followed by Fast Light. Dubai Pearl. Well back in the field to finish is Our Spur. Doppio dropped out to finish last of all. Fighting win by Dance Up. Number 3, it'll pay 740 and 190. Beating Special Harmony and Beautiful Gem in 123.5. Well judged front running ride by Noel Kello on Dance Up to make it 2 in a row. He scored on a heavy track on a Sunday meeting at Lakeside, and he stepped up in grade to this race today for a solid fighting win. Second to Special Harmony, and third to Beautiful Gem, 3, 9 and 10 the numbers.
4 getting home 6 Hour Purring, 3, 9, 10 and 6, and it was a value bet. Very good result. They had 3 and 9 and 10 all boxed in there, so a great result. Watch for the big V on
course, and you are taking unders on the tote. The best back runner is clearly Daneborough, although it is unders on the tote. Second to Lex Equal, Ivy League, big overs. High Fuji, which is the one at unders, and Pristine Partners with support. And outside of those, Hollow has been quite easy. Of the rest, if you want one which is huge cricket score odds, Grand Bellagio for those taking the value. This is the Tattersalls plate, and your caller is Ian Craig.
Righto, Brendan, they're about to come into the 2,400 metre gates for the third of the day, the Tattersalls plate. Last year taken out by Bellows Senior Darren Beedman, and Darren hasn't got a ride in the 2003 edition. It beat Spillway and Silent Impact, Bellows Senior. And the best back runner here by far and above is Daneborough. 250 the tote, a little bit longer in the ring, but has come in a tick over half a point in the ring. So Daneborough, a good sort of horse, an entire by Danehill from the Kingston Rule mare Kingston Red. Chris Muntz aboard today, again as he has been in the past 3 occasions, and Daneborough expected to take it out. Anyway, here they come, moving in. Up to line they come, 2,400 metres, and the start of course move forward to compensate for the 7.5 metres rail position. Daneborough 250 and 150 on the tote in New South Wales. Previous race won by My Tally, Corey Brown, won with ease by 4 3/4 lengths in class record time, beat 3 Navy Blue and 6 Road to Dance. 4 ran 4th in the first 5 player round. Hugh Bowman equalled the race record, beat 4 Terracotta Bay, 2 All Gonna Do It and 1 4th. Now, quite a few people grouped around the outside fence to have a look at the jump off here at the 2,400 metres. Only a smallish field. Go Valare and High Fuji to come up to line. Inside runner, Pristine Partners. The favourite Daneborough behaves very, very well in stall number 2. Yellow and black colours. And Jim Cassidy's mount High Fuji being led forward as I speak. 3 grey charges, the clerk of the course's horses on the outside of the stalls. They make a pretty sight. Set. Gates are back and they're off. And the favourite out very well this afternoon to Daneborough. Jumping nicely, Craiglee Fame. Ivy League up looking for the lead. And then Pristine Partners, followed by Hollow, Hotter Than Hell, Go Valare, and then Grand Bellagio. And immediately High Fuji across onto the rails in last position. It's Ivy League going to the front as they head out of the straight, and opens up more than a length on Hollow, who's trying to get across from a 3-wide position. Travelling third is Craiglee Fame, followed by Daneborough on the rails, a little more than a length Hotter Than Hell on the outside of Pristine Partners. The speed is reasonable, and then Grand Bellagio as they go by the 1800. Go Valare second last, and 2.5 lengths to High Fuji. Ivy League 3/4 of a length on Hollow as they head towards the back of the course. Daneborough third, parked on the inside of Zach Purton's ride Craiglee Fame. Pristine Partners is fifth on the inside of Hotter Than Hell, then Grand Bellagio. Next to last Go Valare, and last another 2 away High Fuji. A dozen lengths covers them as they work down the back of the track and head along to approach the 1250, and Ivy League out in front. Hollow is travelling second. The favourite Daneborough third. At his girth on the outside is Craiglee Fame, then Pristine Partners, Hotter Than Hell, followed by Grand Bellagio, Go Valare, and still 2 lengths to High Fuji. Still no variation as they go along towards the far corner here, sighted at the 1100, and the leader is Ivy League, and Ivy League shows the way by about a length or so. Hollow is racing in the second berth. Third is Daneborough, followed on its outside by Craiglee Fame. Pristine Partners, still no variation. Hotter Than Hell, 2.5 to the roughy Grand Bellagio. On its outside, Go Valare, and 2.5 to High Fuji. Hard ridden by J.A. Cassidy as the field makes the run past the 700. Ivy League from Hollow. Daneborough's over on the inside of Craiglee Fame, and then Pristine Partners, Hotter Than Hell. About 3 further back on the inside, Grand Bellagio from Go Valare, and High Fuji is hard at it in last position as they round the corner, and Daneborough's got off the rails now to go after Ivy League, and setting sail into the stretch and up the rise. Ivy League taken on quickly by Daneborough. Pristine Partners on the rails as Daneborough hits the front, then Craiglee Fame, and Go Valare has made a dash wider out as they pass the distance, and Daneborough's a length and a half clear. High Fuji's making a run. It's come from a minute back. It claims the favourite Daneborough, then Go Valare. High Fuji, this is a decent win, thank you. High Fuji from a mile back has come away to win easily. Go Valare and Daneborough for second and third, followed by Craiglee Fame with Pristine Partners, and then Ivy League and Grand Bellagio, followed by Hollow and Hotter Than Hell. High Fuji, goodness me. He was riding it hard, J.A. Cassidy, coming along past the 600 marker. But in the straight, it picked up the bit, the mare, and she just quickly raced past Daneborough and Go Valare, and has won it, and won it easily, continuing a very, very good run by Gary Portelli. By Fuji for Kasiki, this mare, and it's out of a Wolverton mare, Hysterical, and probably appreciated a bit more pace here this afternoon as compared with Kingston Classic last week at Rose Hill, and may have appreciated the extra journey too, eh? Waiting on the numbers to come up. 4 High Fuji's run 2:29.60. And the course record 2:27.42, race record 2:28.50, so they've got along at a reasonable tempo. And High Fuji has clocked up win number 4 from start number 13. Every hope Daneborough 56.5. No.
The Quinnella's up at $94, exacta $176.40, and the trifecta $415.30. If you've taken first fours, placings across the line are 4, 7, 1 and 5. Craiglee Fame held down 4th position, and just the first 4 dividend to be confirmed. So we'll have that first 4 dividend. In fact, here it comes now, $3,362.20. Good luck if you got that. Andrew Bensley.
Brendan, 15 minutes away from the 4th race here, the Let's Elope at Flemington. As you look at them here, Massett and Ladies resuming. Ain't Seen Nothing at $3, Reactive at $8.90. And as you look at the second page for this 4th race, the Let's Elope, Royal Sash has been going pretty good of late, and an interesting run at number 15 for Alan Bailey at $17. All righty, let's get to the
Draw at 2:08, so 1 and 5 late scratchings, and they stand.